Hey guys, so excited to talk to you today. I know it's been a while, but I gotta talk about what I've been witnessing personally and all across the world, and talk about today the proof that our world is shifting, the proof that our mass great awakening that we have spoken of for at least a decade now is actually on the horizon, like all the great speakers of our time, especially on YouTube, are speaking about. And that what the mystics have been saying is really reality right now. That the Great Awakening is here, that we are going through a shift, and that we are going into this new golden age, and we are experiencing new things, and it's just going to keep building and building and building, and people are starting to see, rapidly starting to see. And the reason they are is because humans need proof. Humans are creatures that like to see before they believe, which is shifting as well our thoughts about the fact that believing is actually seeing. And thanks to the light workers in the world who hold steadfast to their belief in a mass great awakening, thanks to them holding belief when they could not see yet, the world is shifting into that quantum experience, and the world is shifting into the knowledge that sometimes you must believe in order to see. And so that is shifting as well. But let's give the ones who have a hard time with that, with more of the logical mind, let's give them their proof that indeed we are actually shifting. Indeed we are actually quantum beings. And indeed we are spiritual beings. And indeed the mystics and the light workers in our lives, what they have been saying is solid truth. And this is thanks to what some people might call the singularity, thanks to science merging with open-minded psychic type of mystics, merging with ancient astrology, merging with New Age astrology, merging with history, merging with past, and merging with new understandings. That this world is not how we perceived it. Yes, it is, in a sense, the world that we, what we went to school for, things that we learned at school. I don't believe that it was false, like some people say everything we learned was wrong, and we're going to learn that what we've been taught was false. I do believe what we've been taught was not false, but it was just a base, a foundation for us to grow and learn new things off of it. So it's not like school was wrong, what they taught us. I think it's just they taught us the basis of what they knew at the time, and it's now time for us to grow and learn new things off of what we learned then, and to expand, if that makes sense. You know, it's not like the schools deliberately taught us wrong, like some people think. It's just that that was our base reality, and you have to learn those things first before you can grow. You need a foundation in order to grow, and we're growing rapidly. And we have quantum scientists, quantum physics, astrologers, we have people at NASA looking at the planets, and then we have people that are at home doing the research on what they is researching what these amazing people have learned, and becoming quantum physicists and mathematicians and NASA scientists, all on their own, all at their house. So now we're merging this understanding of the scientists and everybody in the professional worlds, merging with the people who are sitting at home looking at their computers wanting to learn, not even through school, just wanting to learn on their own and becoming, in a sense, becoming professionals in those fields themselves. And so we've gone through a massive shift and a massive explosion of knowledge, which is creating a mass awakening in our world and a shift in perception. And, Einstein, I was just watching some stuff on quantum physics. I've always been interested in that double slit experiment and waves and particles, and if we want to raise our vibration and build from what Tesla was speaking about in terms of frequency, frequency, I'm trying to blink. He said think in terms of frequency, vibration, and it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure you guys know it. But basically he's speaking of learning waves and learning to become a wave and building up and not being stuck in the ground by solid gravity, making your body lighter, and using, you can use your thoughts to heal your body by putting waves into your body and not being so stuck and so stagnant and so solid. And Einstein, with his general relativity theories and all the theories that he always had held on to beliefs of things that he couldn't quite grasp or couldn't quite see. And thanks to technology, which is another part of our singularity growing, we can actually see what he had spiritually, his spirit had told him was reality, and he couldn't quite grasp or prove or really prove exactly what he wanted to say with numbers and everything to the world, but he was solid on his spirit telling him that there is a quantum field, that these waves exist, that reality is not everything that we had been able to see at that time. And he had many quotes about this. And I, due to his foundation and new scientists opening up their minds and being able to really dig into these things that maybe perhaps we couldn't see at first, until we really dug into it, and we're starting to see the proof in the physical here. And this all leads back to spirit, and when you pass on from this physical world, proving that you turn into a wave and you become a part of everything. I was thinking before, watching, them proving these gravitational waves are real and proving a lot of the things that Einstein had theorized are real. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking, man, I wish, I wish he could see this right now. I mean, can you imagine if he was here and he was able to see his spirit world coming into reality, and his theories being proven. What an amazing thing that would be for him. And then I had this intuitive sense that when Einstein passed on from this physical world, he in a sense put himself, he became smaller particles. You become smaller particles that you can't see. That's spirit. And that's a multi-dimensional world. So he, in a sense, put himself into these scientists and these quantum physicists, and he was actually a part of the discovery, a part of discovering his proof, and it being out here. And so, yes, he could definitely see his world opening up and his proof coming out, because he put himself into these. His spirit is in these quantum physicists. His spirit is in these open-minded individuals who had done the research and figured out this proof for him. So yeah, he is here, and I truly strongly know that we're coming to an understanding now, due to people who are amazing and open-minded and pushing forward in all these realms of physics and science and technology and spirituality and astrology and planets and ancients and everybody who does their work. We're becoming not very knowledgeable in what happens to you when you pass over, and that spirit is actually very real, and spirit is here inside of every single one of us. The only difference is when you pass over, you don't have that physical body anymore, and you can spread out and become quantum and become a multidimensional being, and you're on many different planets, you're in many different people. Your spirit carries on, and it's everywhere. And so that's comfort for people who have lost individuals recently, due to this 2020 vision here. This year we've lost quite a few people, but just knowing that they became quantum, they became multi-dimensional, and their spirit is inside of you, it's inside of everything that they want their spirit to be inside of. And they are definitely witnessing this beautiful world developing in front of us, right along with us. And that becomes down to spirituality in the Bible, and saying at the time of ascension, that the past ones will come alive. And they're coming alive inside of us. They're coming alive inside of our knowledge. And if we want to ask them anything, we can just ask, and they'll be here, because they love us and they want to be a part of us. So the people that have recently passed for me, I know if I call them and I ask them a question, because they're over there on the other side of the veil and they can witness everything. If I ask them a question, they dig into the Akash of the world, and they've come back to me and they give me my info, and they're here because they love me and I loved them. So know that you could always pull forth from the great ones who have passed on, even if they weren't an Einstein, even if they weren't known by the whole world. They could still be called in by you and give you the knowledge of the whole world and the knowledge of the Akash. So if you want to become a channeler just like me, or an individual who is very intuitive, really they're here for you to be able to pull in that Akasha, and be able to pull in the information of the world. So anything you want to know, just ask them. Anybody you love to have passed on, they are inside of everything and anything. And if they love you, they will hear you call. Through love, they will hear you call. So that's very powerful to know. And we're just growing and building and learning so much right now. And that's my proof for you. That's my proof for myself and we are indeed becoming multi-dimensional individuals, and the golden age is here. The golden age of knowledge pouring into our crown. The Aquarian age, the Aquarius pouring that bowl of knowledge, that golden knowledge right into our crowns and surrounding us. And anything you want to know, you just ask. Just ask. And then you'll start to see your proof. You'll start to see the patterns of everything and the workings of everything, and how everything is so interconnected. And I could look at the information that I get from beautiful scientists in quantum physics, and I could listen to information that I get from beautiful channelers and beautiful spiritually minded individuals, and people from the past, like the Egyptians writing down their knowledge, and astronomers who look at the planets. I could call them in through YouTube and watch them, and everything becomes a pattern to me and a singularity, that everything is so very interconnected, and it can teach you so much when you look at something, when you look at perhaps experiment that a scientist did, and then you look at the way the planets operate, and you think about things in your life and how you operate, you start to see that there's patterns involved in all of this, and you can learn just from the experiment of the scientists how your planets work. You can learn from astronomy how you work. You can learn from spirituality how the universe came about. And so learning one thing from another thing is a very multi-dimensional way of being, of looking at things. And here comes the light, because that's ultimate knowledge, when you can interconnectedly piece together this woven puzzle of how everything works benevolently together. You can be anything you want. You can create anything you want. You can teach anything you want. You can become anything, because you are everything. You're a part of this whole entire world, just like everything else is a part of this whole entire world. And I had to come on and speak to you today, because today is a very quantum day. I can feel an energy shift. I can feel higher vibrations. And we are still in that world of foundation that was necessarily there and was benevolent, even if it didn't look benevolent, and there were wars and chaos and drama and negative feelings and emotions, and we're still seeing that. All of it was there for a purpose in building a foundation. So we're still in that physical world. We're still witnessing, the stuff around us. We're still witnessing bad things, what we have perceived to be bad things around us. But the more we become quantum, the less we're gonna have to see that, because that means that we have gone beyond building our foundation. Building a foundation needs chaos, needs drama, needs negative, needs everything. It needs all of that to build. If you want to build a body, if you want to build something solid, you're going to need that push-pull from the light and the dark. You're going to need that push-pull from the positive and the negative. So it was all necessary. Everything was necessary. Everything was necessary in the past for us to build a foundation. And now it's up to the individual to go past that perception of building that physical foundation, because it's already been built, and it's being built by others. But now it's your choice if you want to raise up into that spiritual world, and know that you don't even have to witness that foundational world, that dark world anymore, because you already have the knowledge of that world. You don't need it anymore. Like, other people still might need it. You gotta understand, other people are still building their foundation. They still need 3D, and we're still surrounded by 3D, but we love that 3D world. We love the people who still don't understand, and we choose to be here with them. We don't want to pass over in order to see this incredible quantum multi-dimensional us, because we still love the individuals who are very 3D and who don't quite get it yet. We still still building their foundation. Well, we still want to be here with them. We don't want to pass over and hurt them, and not be able to interact with them. We still would like to be around them. So that's why we're here, as people who are able to pass through death and not really have a death. We're able to become quantum and pass over to the other side and still be here on this side. That's why human beings are so incredible. That's why we're proving to the whole entire system on the other side, the heavenly side, that we are freaking amazing. because we didn't have to die in order to see the beauty that they see. We could stay here on this planet and look at all the chaos and all the drama and all the negativity going on around us still in a physical body, and we can still witness heaven in our minds, in our perceptions, in our soul, and in our body. And we can be physical, non-physical humans, non-physical, physical beings, multi-dimensional spiritual beings who live in heaven but have their feet on earth. And that is the creation of a light being. That is the creation of that our Father wasn't even able to create, guys. He is so proud of us because he can come back in us and be a part of us now while we still live here on this earth. And that's all he wanted for his fallen angels. So if you can imagine your heavenly Father applauding you, clapping, and being able to become a part of you now, because you were able to accomplish something, we were able to accomplish something he couldn't even do. And how amazing is that? How incredible is that? We were able to create things that the angels that we call on, the heavenly beings, the multidimensional beings, the aliens from multidimensional planets could not even create. We were able to do it, and we can pull them into ourselves now, and they can walk right with us, and they can come into our physical bodies and enjoy the physical right along with us. The more we call them into our physical body, the more that they can celebrate and come in and join us here and tell us they're proud. They're so proud of us. They've been watching us not even being able to join us, and we call on them, and they were too afraid to come in and look at this earth and witness all the things that we have had to witness. They didn't want to do that anymore. But now they can come into us and witness things through our beautiful perception, and they can witness a physical body as well, because they're protected by us and surrounded by us. Do you understand how immense this information is? How spiritually minded and also logically minded we are becoming? And the fact that we don't have to call on assistance from our guides anymore, or angels. We can call them right into our bodies, and they can become part of us. They can become a benevolent part of our whole system, and they don't have to be afraid anymore, and we don't have to fear them anymore. This is a new world and a new way of being, but this is only for the ones who choose to open their eyes, open their minds, and experience this world the way that we have created it to be. This is immensely huge. This is a brand new human being. The human being is evolving. The human being is evolving into something higher than their father could even create. The human being is stepping on top of the creator and asking the creator to become a part of them. The human being is stepping on top, laying their body on top of their heavenly creator, their heavenly angel, and absorbing themselves into that creator and becoming a even more evolved part of their creator. They are showing their creator that there's more to create, that they are the new creator, and they walk right along with their God, and they are no better. They're just evolved over time, have evolved, and their creator even will applaud them and say, you guys, you are better. You did better than me. You did more amazing than me. more amazing than the angels who are on the other side of the veil, because you just absorbed fear. You just dissolved fear. You dissolved fear for the whole entire system, you light workers on the planet Earth at this time. We have been able to accomplish something that couldn't even be accomplished in heaven. That's bringing it into our bodies. So once fear is gone, we can relax, we can breathe, and we can breathe with our Creator, our Father, our Heavenly Father, Mother, angels can celebrate and join us. And our loved ones who have passed on, who love us and who we love, can join us through the energies of our love. We are now energetic beings. We create out of energy, and our energy is love. And we've dissolved that veil. Guys, I want you to believe it, because belief is all we need at this moment. You want me to become the channeler? I call on my Heavenly Father. I call in my heavenly angels. I am so sorry you went through all the pain that I went through. Because even if we can perceive them, trust me. They love us so much that they experienced the pain that we experienced. And it's time to let go of it. So I call in you, heavenly angels. I call in you, Heavenly Father. And I'm telling the whole entire universe, it's time to let go of that pain, because we're together once again. The new evolved human being is here. The angels are walking amongst us, and the angels are us. All they need right now is your belief. They've been crying for us too. They want to join us in our new world. They want to become quantum. We are quantum. And nothing of fear can touch us anymore. Even if we could perceive it with our senses or our eyes, we are protected. We are guided. We are heavenly. We are physical. We are heavenly, but we are still able to use our physical senses. We're still able to use our physical bodies. We are amazing, and our Father is proud. Our Mother is proud. Our angels are proud. Our aliens are proud, which aren't aliens, our extraterrestrials, okay, are proud. Our animals are proud. So today, my advice to you is to feel them and how immensely proud of you they are. No matter what your physical reality tells you, feel them. I am proud of you. I'm proud of you for hanging in there with me and watching my channel this long, even though I haven't been on every day, because I had my darkness to deal with myself and my shadows to deal with, and I was evolving in my own way. Not a day went by I didn't think of you guys, so on my channel. I just couldn't give you advice until I was there myself and felt it myself. You know, I can't give you 3D advice when I'm feeling 3D. I only can give you quantum advice when I'm feeling quantum, because that's all I want you to experience and believe. So I am proud of you for sticking with me as long as you have. My subscribers, even though it's a small list, that's okay. It's meant to be. And I'm proud of you because you are evolving today. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it, and you'll see it. Here's the solar flash. Just believe it. And they want to say the shakes will go away because that's what they're telling me. I've been so electric lately in my body and holding in this stagnant energy and all this knowledge, wanting to speak and not speaking, and all the negativity just absorbing into me and holding. You know what we do as light workers, we hold all that negativity right into our bodies and into our field, as to not spread it out, because that's our job, is to keep that negative energy inside of us so that others don't experience it. That's how we help. It's part of how we help. So we're feeling a bit shaky. We're feeling very sore. We're feeling very stuck and stagnant in our lives and in our energy and in our worlds. We haven't been able to move forward very much. Perhaps we've lost a lot of material stuff in our works, our jobs, and we're kind of stuck, and we're hurting, our backs are hurting, a lot of stuck stuff and a lot of negativity. And the reason why we experience all that negativity, and the reason why we did, is because we were holding it inside of us for the rest of the world not to have to experience it, so that we could help the rest of the world raise up, because we love the rest of the world. We love it all. Even the negative ones we still love. And they don't even have a clue what we've done for them. And we're okay with that, aren't we? We're okay with that. But we know that. And that is the reason why you're feeling depressed, hurt, let down, stuck. Because you were holding all the fearful, anxiety, some resentment, some hate, some, reason why you've been feeling these low vibrations, light worker, is because you're holding it in for others, as to not spread it out in a very important time on this planet, during a very important shift. You intuitively knew. You must hold all of that in to help to keep it in for yourself, so they didn't have to witness so much, because then the world would have fell, right? And we wanted the world to come with us. And little do they know how much work we've done inside internally for them, and how much pain we've seen for them not to have to experience it, just like Jesus on the cross, holding that pain inside of your body so that they didn't have a Armageddon, or they didn't have to hurt themselves. And we come to a point where it's okay if they don't see it. They're not going to see it, because we are holding it into ourselves. They're not going to understand how much you've done for them. They will eventually, I promise you that. But they're not going to, while they're going through the process of building foundation. They're not going to see all of the pain that you've held inside of you just to help them. They're not going to understand that your great fall, and the reason you have barely anything, and the reason you're depressed and hurting, and the reason you've lashed out with negative feelings and emotions and everything, is because you are holding it all in for the collective, for them. And now we understand why we weren't appreciated, why our soul was telling us you're not appreciated like you should be. Why aren't they seeing what you're doing? Well, because you weren't honestly probably seeing what you were doing. You didn't know why you were hurting, did you? You didn't know why you lost everything. You didn't quite know why you were lashing out. You didn't quite know why you're depressed and why you're feeling that way. Well, now you do. Now you do. It's because you're holding in the pain for the rest of the world at a very, very important time of evolving. And we're still doing it. Until all that pain is cleared up, we're still doing it. But now we could realize why we feel this way, and so we can release all these energies to the light, because now we can understand that the light is here, and that's what our Father is here for, to help us release our baggage that we've been holding on for them. We're the middle people. We've been the middle people between heaven and earth. And we can release this pain. And we will, once we understand why it is that we crashed and we let go of personal guilt, because we know we're amazing light worker individuals and nobody can tell us different. But they won't tell us different. That's the thing. Once we realize for ourselves what we've done here on this planet and who we are and how much work we've actually internally done, and appreciate ourselves for it and let go of any guilt or any assumptions of how it should be. Once we release that for ourselves, immediately we will be perceived in that way as well, and people will appreciate us for our love like we appreciate ourselves for our love, and people will see our light and what we've done for them and what we've been doing for them as soon as we can see it in ourselves. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is the great shift of the light workers now. We're raising up. We're always growing, learning, expanding. And this is a huge point in our lifetimes, because honestly, this is our final step in our helping our earth. It's to realize what we've done for humanity at this time and what we've done for the entire creation, and to appreciate ourselves and to live as that being that we truly are, that amazing individual who's held in the light, who's lifting everybody up. Once we can realize that in ourselves, the truth about us, and release the lower energies in ourselves, boom, they're gonna release their lower energies. We're at that moment, that critical moment where when the light workers release and the light workers appreciate themselves and let go of their pain and depression and stuff, the rest of the world will let go of theirs, because they're gonna see us. They're gonna see us for what we are. And I'm shaking right now. I'm just shaking because I'm releasing. So guys, if your body shakes in the very final moments of your upliftment, of your evolvement, my light workers, that's because all of that energy that has hurt you is coming out, and it's able to be absorbed by the world around you, because there's enough light workers doing the same thing. And once enough light workers are able to do this, the rest of the world evolves. Now they become us and we become part of God. That's how it works. So the blind ones will become awake, just like we did. We will become like God, just like He did. It's a part of evolving. Like some of my beautiful beings say, there's levels to this shit, but that's at the bottom part. There's levels. Now we're rising up, light beings. Once we get our light bodies, it all becomes one. Do you understand? It all becomes one. So you become a part of those ones who did not previously understand. And what would happen to them? They start to understand, because they become a part of you. And you become a part of them, and that's what wakes up their eyes. That's what opens their eyes. We are doing it. We're here. Welcome to the new earth. Welcome to the new world. Welcome to your quantum shift. Welcome to your body of light. Welcome to heaven inside. Not heaven on earth, yes, heaven on earth, but heaven inside. Heaven inside of you. Welcome to your heavenly body. Take all of that. I want you now, before I let you go, to breathe. Look at the sun or go out in the sun. Look at my video of the sun or go out in the sun. Breathe and imagine yourself, your inner self, your soul, grabbing all of that junk off the parts that hurt. Go straight to the part of your body that hurts. Grab all of that dark junk. Picture it in your mind. And bring it out. All the way up to your crown and release. Go to the pain inside your body. Grab it all up and release it to the top and out. Release it to the sun. And your Father, your Heavenly Father, can handle it. Release it to Him, and boom, it'll be absorbed. Here we go. Father's proud. Our parents, our heavenly parents, they're so proud. Go become quantum, and I love you all. Have a good day. Expand. Keep seeking that knowledge. Love you. Bye.